Let's take a look at the course gradebook. First, we will view it from the teacher perspective. When logged into Echo as a teacher, you can see that each course has its own gradebook icon. If you are using a set of master and derivatives, you will not see the gradebook option on the master course. No students are ever enrolled in the master, so there is no need for a gradebook. Let's take a look at a course that has some gradebook data. When you enter the course gradebook, you will notice that there are 6 tabs across the top: Dashboard, Students, Activities, Mastery, Unit Summary, and For Me. Today we're going to explore the first 3 tabs. Let's start with the Gradebook Dashboard. The dashboard shows a course summary of how all students are performing in each learning outcome. It is also a place where you can check in with yourself about how many times you have assessed each learning outcome. Using this tool, you can see areas of strength and opportunities for growth for your class as a whole. Next up is the Students tab. This page displays the current student-facing grade and score, as well as the percentage of how each student is performing in relation to each learning outcome. If you'd like to filter by overall course score, or score in each learning outcome, you can do so by clicking on the column title. To learn more about a particular student, you can click on their name. Here you can see the student's overall score, how they are achieving in relation to each learning outcome. You can see percent of gradable activities complete and percent of all activities complete. Scroll down and you can see all class activities and points students have received for each learning outcome assessed in each activity. A grade dot simply means this learning outcome was not being assessed for this particular activity. The final tab we are going to look at is Activities. The Activities tab shows a list of assignments in the course. Clicking on the title of an activity takes me to the activity grader. We will cover this more when looking at how to score student work. Clicking on a student's name will take you to the student grader, which we will also cover more in detail when we discuss how to score student work. Across the top of the gradebook page, you have the ability to filter between grading periods if they have been set up in your domain by your Echo administrator. This allows you to view grades and associated assignments for each grading period. You also have quick access to your communication tool, which allows you to create course announcements or send emails directly to your students. Now let's take a look at the gradebook from the student perspective. When a student is logged into Echo, they can also see a gradebook icon on all of their courses. When they enter the gradebook for any given course, they also have 6 tabs across the top: Grades, Dashboard, For Me, Activity, Objective Mastery, and Badges. Today we're going to explore Grades, Dashboard, and Activity. In the Grades tab, students can see their course teacher, course start and end date, their score for each learning outcome, percent of gradable activities complete, and percent of all activities complete. If a student scrolls down, they can see all class activities and points they have received for each learning outcome assessed in each activity. A grade dot simply means that this learning outcome was not being assessed for this particular activity. If a student clicks on a title of an activity, they will see points they have earned in relation to each learning outcome, as well as the points that were possible for each outcome. They can also see the status, when it was due, when it was submitted, what grading period this task was assigned to, the work they submitted, and feedback given by their teacher. Under Submission History, the student can see how many times they have submitted, the date and the time they submitted, and their score. The next tab is the Student Dashboard. This gives the student a nice overview of how they are doing in this course. It gives them their overall course score, percent of gradable activities complete, and percent of all activities complete. And it allows them to see how they are doing in relation to each learning outcome. This is a great place for students to reflect on areas of strength and areas for improvement. It's a great tool for goal setting. The final tab we will cover today is the Activity tab. This tab shows the amount of time students have worked on course assignments by day. Echo lists each day and assignments that were worked on that day, as well as start time and duration of time spent. At the top, the student can see the overall amount of time they have spent on course activities. And there you have it, an overview of the course gradebook from both the teacher and the student perspective.